Good morning, Year 12. It feels very strange to be doing our briefing sat in my kitchen, but I guess we're all getting used to new ways of working and trying to work out how best to do things in these really kind of difficult times. So there are a few things that I wanted to talk to you about today that I thought were quite important. Firstly, I guess just to check in with how you're doing. It's a totally mad time for everybody. I really appreciate that, and I think whether you know somebody who's been affected by the pandemic or whether you yourselves have been directly affected, for everybody, it's just been a real test, I think, in terms of your resilience, in terms of kind of keeping yourself as positive as possible in really, really tough circumstances. So I hope that you're all doing really well. I hope that you're keeping positive, and I hope that your family members are safe and well, and that things are going as well as they can do. At this time in the kind of academic year, we'd normally be starting to talk to you about the whole UCAS process and everything that comes along with that, and we'd be having talks and inviting speakers in, and you would have gone to the UCAS exhibition day, and you'd be using tutor time to start thinking about writing personal statements and researching universities and all of those different things that come alongside starting your UCAS application. And even though times have most definitely changed and things are very different at the moment, the fact remains that we've still got to do that, and it's really important that we do that. So Mr. Harris and I have been talking about UCAS and getting the ball rolling with you, and over the next few weeks Mr. Harris and your tutors will be setting tasks for you to complete, which are really important that you do to kind of help you start that journey. I think one of the most important things in terms of your UCAS application is your personal statement, because it should be kind of expressing the essence of who you are as a student, what you want to do and why you want to do it. And it, more than anything perhaps else in your application, it is the most personal thing, and it tells those admissions officers all about you and the kind of person you are. So it's really important that you get that right. But before you start writing your personal statement, it's really important that you've got an idea of where you want to go. So doing that research, going online, looking at different universities and looking at different courses, so that your personal statement can be as focused as it possibly can be. I won't talk too much about that because I know that Mr. Harris is going to be giving you some materials over the next few weeks to get you thinking about just that. But I also wanted to mention to you the importance of the teacher references or the school reference that we give you that goes alongside your application. To give you an idea of how that works, your reference for your UCAS application will be made up of comments from each of your subject teachers, and then a comment from the sixth form team about the kind of student that you are. And again, like the personal statement, it will give universities a flavour of who you are as a person and as a student, and obviously it should reflect the very best in you. Over the next few weeks, your teachers will begin writing your references, and in order to help them do that, normally they'd have the fullness of the academic year, and they don't have that with you. They will be setting some tasks for you to complete, and those will be assessed, and they'll be used to help give the teachers a real sense of where you are at the moment. As you know, your mock exams were interrupted by the school closure, so some of you will have completed them, but lots of you won't have. And so it's really important that that work that your teachers set for you is completed to a really, really good standard, that you put everything into doing as well as you can, so that they've got something really concrete that they can go on in terms of writing your reference. And of course your reference will have lots of other things. It won't just be about a single piece of work, but it's just something to help give your teachers a bit of a steer in the right direction. So we will look at starting your references, and you'll look at starting your personal statements. And one of the other things that will happen very early on, actually, in year 13, is I start meeting with you and start talking about predicted grades, how you've been doing. Of course, like every other student in your year group, universities will be aware that you've been through a totally unprecedented and really difficult time, and that will have affected to a certain degree your studies and how you've been getting on. So don't think that suddenly people will judge you really harshly, because everybody in your year group has been in exactly the same situation, and universities already have been very open and very flexible about everything that's been going on, so don't let that worry you. One of the things that I wanted to talk to you today, and I'm kind of conscious of time, so I'll wrap this up relatively quickly, is just about trying to use this time as productively and as positively as you possibly can do. I've talked already about how difficult it is for all of us, and sometimes remaining really positive and focused can seem really difficult. As you'll know, before school closed, or just after school closed, my wife had twin girls, and we already have a 3-year-old boy, and so certainly for me, when I'm trying to do my kind of school day, or as close to a school day as I can do, and keep in touch with all of your teachers and all of the meetings that I go to, trying to structure that around having 3 young, or 2 babies and a very young toddler in the house has been difficult. But I think keeping positive and making sure there's just a little smidgen of time in the day that you can have to yourself to do. For me, it's going out and doing a run and taking 25 minutes or half an hour just to get out and get some exercise, and I can instantly feel so much better about everything that's going on, and feel like I'm much more able to get through and do all of the things that I need to do in my day. And so hopefully you're taking those opportunities as well, and trying as much as possible to keep active and keep healthy, and to be eating healthily, not spending too much time on Instagram or whatever it might be. So I will keep this short and sweet, and I'm just coming up to 7 minutes. So the final thing to leave you with is just to say I wish you and your families all of the very best. I hope that you're all safe, keeping safe and healthy at home. And I really do hope that we get to see you as soon as possible. It feels very strange when you go into school and the place is deserted. So I'm looking forward to getting back, like we all are, to a bit of normality. Look forward to seeing you soon. Stay safe, keep well. Bye bye.